Hey guys, Jeremiah here today with a YouTube video walkthrough of my Highland greenhouse. So this is the Highland side of my 1,000 square foot greenhouse, and we have some special things to show off today. I mean, it's hard to beat this Lowii truncata wide peristome, but you are in for a treat. So let's grab the phone and I will show you guys around. Okay, we might as well start with this area here. We have Nepenthes veitchii. This is Jeff Wong, of course. This one I let dry out just a little bit too much relatively recently, so I would say it's not looking its best. This picture is definitely a little bit smaller than it should be, but overall, color is good. It's growing fast, and you know those leaves are healthy looking. The Lowii truncata wide peristome. This is the one that is also in California Carnivorous that is just a beast. I got this one, I think it was in 2020, and it has been one of the quickest growing Nepenthes I've ever had. As you can see, it's going up into the rafters there. I forget if this is a male or female, but that picture just opened. I haven't been able to get a measurement yet, but I'm sure we are at a solid 17 inches without including the lid. As we come on around, we have a really nice one. This is a truncata red crossed with Trusmatiensis. It's really nice size as well over a foot. We have the Lowii truncata giant, which I have quite a few Lowii truncatas here. I think the giant picture is this one we can just see the back of, so when I get to that side I'll show you around. Or here is a giant as well. This one actually had a mouse get to it, snipped off the lid, but I'm sure it looks like that one definitely caught a mouse. So sometimes the mice get to them, sometimes the mice get gotten, but that's a pretty cool. Yep, that definitely smells not great. There's a pretty good one as well. Then we have, as we come on around, what is this? Oh, this is a truncata crossed with Spectabilis. Always produces some good sized pictures. Back there, I see we have, I think this is a truncata sibuensis, Trusmatiensis. So it might be, that is a good one, but I can only see the back side of it. So we'll pull it out and see what it looks like. Yeah, a little faded, but that's a solid size picture. Not bad at all. And then we have a peltata crossed with truncata. This thing is getting huge. Can't wait to get some solid foot-sized pictures on it. That one's probably 10 inches, so getting relatively close. My huge truncata fippiata actually hit the rafters. I don't know if we can see this. So it's actually a little bit smaller than it's been, but even smaller, I mean, you're still well over 13, 14 inches, but it's kind of high up there to get a good, really good photo or video. As we come on down, there's another picture on that truncata fippiata. Then we have, of course, H.R. Geiger on this side. We'll continue around trying to dodge the Nepenthes as we go. A Lowii fippiata sitting right there is looking pretty darn happy. And this is a Spathulata crossed with Edwardsiana. That's a nice basil on it. It's actually in flower right now. We'll see, like right here are some kind of upper pictures on it. And the flower stalk, well, maybe can get that going on the other side. But as we come on around, a nice Rob Cantley looking pretty solid there. And then we have this beautiful veitchii M, which, even though it doesn't have stripes, it is just a beautiful veitchii. So squat when it first opens. It's this beautiful green color. As it is open a little bit longer, it fades to this like golden pink color. Then nothing like some Burbigia crossed with veitchii here. This, I believe, is, actually I have no idea. I think it's EP's, but could be somebody else's. Then we have this pretty complex one. This is a Rocco something Veitchii. Got it from Dom a little while back, and this is its first like intermediate picture. And then the lower pictures, whew, that one is just a cool plant. Then we have another Lowii truncata wide peristome here. This one is a huge female here, so hopefully get some good pollen to cross it with. But I would say they're a little bit girthier, but maybe not quite as long as the California Carnivorous clone. But I think it's using a little energy into flowering, but that is a big plant nonetheless. Then we have Lowii Morelliana up there. Really nice bongso. Pretty cool whisper right there. And then we have, I think this is Mara something. And then I have Saint Bryce, which is also, a Masteriana. Masteriana is this one, and Saint Bryce is a hybrid that Sam in Hawaii created and is probably even bigger and easier growing. The vine, man, goes at least 10 feet over in that direction and just looks super impressive. Then we have a couple other Veitchii up here. This is a kind of classic green and yellow Veitchii with no stripes. I mean, it's not a bad plant, but compared to this M here, it's just, yeah, it doesn't quite have everything. Let's come on around. As we get close, we will leave that side for the end of the video. So, what do we got here? Yes, we have Candy Dreams, which was struggling in the winter, but now it's settled in. I mean, man, the Candy Dreams picture like that, you just can't complain about. And then it has that new one coming, that one here, and it is just a happy looking plant. Oh man, and then we have this spectacular Nepenthes villosa. This is one of Jeff Wong's, planted in 1996, and it is just a beautiful plant. I see a Raja crossed with Aime, and a Spiritus Sancti from Dom as well. But the Raja crossed with Aime is in here, getting pretty good size. I think I either bred this one or Nepenthes God in Denver. I think we were both making a similar one at the same time, but I think that one's from Jeff, if I remember right. Then we have this Jacquelinia truncata. That picture looks a little malformed, but man, can you imagine what this Candy Dreams picture is going to be like? Super hairy, already bigger than the last one for sure. And there's an old Candy Dreams picture, which, whew, that's still not bad at all. As we come on around, we can see that Lowii truncata giant, which hasn't quite caught up with my other Lowii. Oh no, this is the original Grex. So it's the sibling of the Lowii truncata giant from the same exact cross. And giant is, ooh, man, I didn't even see that one. It is in there. I'll see if I can do this one-handed, but no. Let's see if we can come around this way. Right there. Nope, that one looks like truncata squat. So giant is coming from here. I thought I saw the giant from that side, but must have been wrong. So here's a beautiful, this is a seed-grown mollusk. I think I got seed from Kenji a while back, and this one has really turned out pretty darn nice. Just love that one. And then this one is Trusmodiensis Clone 1 from Borneo Exotics, which definitely seems to be the rarer, more difficult Trusmodiensis. But it's also, I need to just cut off this leaf, but it has a pretty nice Trusmodiensis picture way back in there, but it's not coming out today either. There's one, but it looks like a mouse. Yep, mouse definitely got to that lid there, and that one is quite old from the looks of it, but still pretty cool. Then we have this amazing cross. I think this is actually an EP cross, but I saw it at Sam's place in Hawaii, I'm not entirely sure what it is, but at the time it was one of his absolute biggest picturing Nepenthes, and it's got a little bigger pictures for me, but it's coming along. I think that's a basal. The main growing point petered out after a little while. And then we have this Lowii, Truncata fipiata. This is my male. The big green one is female, and this one definitely has a lot more color to it, but it doesn't get quite as big for me. As we come on around here, we have a nice Darlingtonia. I repotted it, and it's still kind of settling in, so not the happiest plant ever. Then we have some of the Utricularias here. These also need a repot. This is the Campanulariana. This is Quelchii, and a few other things like that. This is a huge, what is it, Burkinia reducta? One of the few carnivorous or semi-carnivorous bromeliads, and it just kind of does its thing off in the corner. Then here we have one of those really nice Maxima Papua Reds, and the upper pictures are just beautiful and white. I'll hopefully show you some lower pictures on the other side. But in the meantime, we're going down. Boom. Okay, so here we have some relatively newly repotted Heliumphora. I would say this isn't the best bench right now, but they will come along. I'd say they usually look the best in December, January for me, when my temperatures are super cool. But yes, they're slowly recovering from a nice repot, but looking pretty good. And then on this side, we also have some more Heliumphora, and they are doing good as well. Here's one of Sam's Porcelanas, which it is Burbigia crossed with Veitchii. This is my clone 2. It's not the super white one, but it's still a really nice plant. I don't think I have any great pictures on the super white one. Then we have this huge Raja Mira. So this one was actually bred by me, but I know Rob was making the same hybrid, I think right around the same time I was. But yeah, it's kind of like an easy growing Raja. Nothing wrong with it. It's actually flowering right now for me, and it's female. So we'll see what I put on it. I'm sure something interesting. This is one of the Maxima Papua Reds. This one just opened, and then we have Horeliana right next to it, and we'll try and get to the back here to see what an actual picture on Papua Red looks like. But I'd say November isn't usually my best month in the greenhouse. It's kind of like summer plants have faded, and the really lowland stuff isn't super happy, and highland stuff has just started being happy, but it hasn't showed it yet. Here's a nice Papua Red Maxima, as you can see there. And as we come on around, nice Celiana here with some upper pictures kind of headed up to here. And okay, now we'll turn on around, get to this far back side before moving onward. So here's a nice seed-grown Aime that's really taken off. No upper pictures yet, but I'll show you one from that same batch. This is Edwardsiana glandulifera, or the reverse. But yeah, it's kind of starting to put on some size as well. Okay, and then we'll go on down again. So here is the Cephalotus collection, which had been a little bit neglected. They got a pretty good repot relatively recently, so they're all coming back. I feel like they don't really love root disturbance, but they also don't love it when like moss is starting to choke them out. I do top water all my Cephalotus, but I also have this fan here. Keep airflow, because they can rot and get some fungus if they're not happy. And then a couple other Darlingtonia off in the background, along with some Orchiaceae, Utricularia here. This is another underbench of Heliumphora, and this one has some of my more rare plants and definitely looks a little bit happier. I think stuff still needs a cleanup, but I have like a Killer Giant there, McDonald's there, Godzilla, good stuff like that. But overall, these will only get a little more red as time goes on. So now we'll come on up. Man, not a bad Nepenthes to see just after coming up. That is a beautiful female clone of Edwardsiana, and this is the clone 2 of Trusmatiensis. It's really putting on some size now and headed up into the rafters. Nice Edwardsiana picture about ready to open up. There is another Trusmatiensis picture. Finally, this Burbigia is producing a basal here. So this one literally goes 15 feet into the rafters, and this is the first basal I've had on it in probably 10 years. So hopefully get some really good sized pictures on this. This is actually the first, I think, true picture that it produced. Not bad, but obviously I want something a little bit bigger. Jacquelinia there is beautiful, a male clone. And let's see what else we've got here. Another nice Edwardsiana hiding out here. Then we'll move on. So there's an upper picture of that same Jacquelinia. And then we have this beautiful Edwardsiana. Some nice male mollusks right there, just kind of all intertwined through everything. And then you can't forget the Lowii behind it. This is the, I think, Vanessa from Matt Kalin. My Raja has not been doing great, so I've added some more light and looks a little bit happier now. So the vines had kind of, this one is its largest vine. I'm hoping it kind of has some spotting to it. So hopefully it'll kind of grow out of that. I added a new fan for some better air circulation, but this basal is growing super fast. So hopefully be happy about that. Another Trusmatiensis. This is, I believe, a seed-grown one. I got this one from Drew Martinez of Carnivorous a little while back, I think during his open day, actually. So that was a really nice one to come home to. Okay, and then we have this Spectabilis crossed with Velosa, I believe. So far, so good. Not like mind-blowing, but not bad either. But I haven't had it that long, so we'll see how it does comparatively. Now, maybe my favorite picture in the greenhouse right now. Oh my goodness. Yep, that is about a 15-inch picture. I just measured it. It is 1 foot, 1.5 foot around. No, 1 foot, half an inch around the girth. So from here to here. So growing a 1 foot picture this way is somewhat easy. Growing 1 foot around in girth, I think that is probably my first ever. So especially exciting because it is one that I bred. There's the whole plant right there. It has, I think, 3 really solid open pictures on it at once, which for anyone who's grown a large Raja knows that that's kind of unusual. It probably would have had more, but I moved it around a little bit and broke a leaf or two. So there's another picture. There's a 4th one that started to fade. But then as we come around here, there's another just beautiful, beautiful picture here. This is a really nice Edwardsiana. This is an amazing plant from Nepenthes God, and guess what? It is in flower right now, so we should have some good things off of that. Here's another clone of Raja Edwardsiana. And that one just opened, so it hasn't colored up quite as nicely. Really nice Hamada there. And here's the main plant of the Raja Edwardsiana. Then Aliciprana. Let's see where that is. Here we go. It needs a repot and kind of cleaned up. Definitely wanted a little bit more airflow, but hopefully with the airflow it'll be a little bit better. Okay, we'll do a quick dip under just because you got to see a close-up. McDonald eye, of course, is really neat. The yellow Ionacea, but man, all those, just the colors I think are just perfect. I don't even mind some dead stuff on the Helianthera because that's kind of what they look like in nature. But as long as they have nice healthy growth to them, whew, yep, that is pretty nice. So while we will be down here, we'll go to this other side. So this has some quite sensitive nepenthes. So here's a Raja something something. I think I got it from Little Carnivorous a little while back. Diabolica, they are just a battle. So added some more airflow. So it looks like the new growth is a little bit better. This is a male clone, so it actually looks like it's just coming into flower. So we will hit something with that. But then we have Ephipiata, which that Ephipiata is not looking too bad. Hasn't quite gone to upper pictures yet, but pretty cool. And then I'll show you the other side when I'm over there. Let's pop on up, and oh my goodness, what do we see there? That is a Edwardsiana crossed with Mollis. And then right next to it, we have Hamada, I believe this is Catapasa. Let me look. No, Lamute crossed with Edwardsiana. This was from the Nepenthes dude and Michael Kevin Smith, a collaboration. But man, that one is coming along good. Just looking awesome. Okay, stand up. Another Raja Aime that over here is pretty good size. Then we have that Burbigia crossed with most likely Velosa. It's always kind of a battle. No great looking pictures on it at the moment. Muluensis, which this is just the spectacular red clone of it from the old Malaysia Tropicals and Shenli. Kind of a difficult plant, but seems relatively happy at the moment. Okay, as we come on around, we got a nice Ephipiata crossed with Glandulifera, some Predator, and then of course a brand new picture on Diabolica crossed with Edwardsiana. That's probably the tallest picture I've ever had on this cross, but we'll keep a move on. Here's a nice Edwardsiana. This is actually the male clone that is the father of that Diabolica Edwardsiana right next to it. And the crazy thing is the Diabolica in the wild were probably about this size, maybe just a touch smaller, but basically I had to breed it with Edwardsiana to be able to grow one that looks about that size. Then we have a Loei Jacquelinia that is vining, looking really good. And then, of course, Rocco Basciana Vicii Red, which, whew, my goodness. These pictures last forever, are just spectacular. It was bred by Exotica, one of the plants that when I was there I just had to get. So I think Exotica and Dom sent it to me a little while back, and looks pretty happy. Has some other pictures kind of hiding off in there. What else? We got this really nice Hamada that's just kind of vining through everything. And we'll head on to this one. Here's the Vicii Mollis that is always a nice clone of it that really always keeps its stripes. Maybe if it's a little bit fatter, it would be a perfect plant. We have the Succubus back there. Couple, I think, Gymniflora, there's vines up into this corner. Diatis here, which is always a difficult one, and it's maybe about the best picture I've had on it in quite some time, and another one off in the corner, so not too bad. And as we come up here, kind of the Alba ventricosa section. Up there we got some Gilbrata. Oh, my favorite Gilbrata. Let me see if I can get up. Man, it's over 10 feet tall up there. But man, it just has a lot of nice pictures. Obviously on film it doesn't quite do it justice. But we'll come on back down. Give us a little 360 here. This is a Tivia. I think this is the one from Cal State Fullerton. Ooh, this one I'm super excited about. It is one of the Basciana truncata amazing plants to come out of EP, and actually got that one from Drew Martinez a little while back, and whew, I'm super excited. I didn't even realize it had this nice basil on it. Hopefully we'll get some really good pictures on it. Undulatifolia crossed with Hamada. And then this one is, I think, one that Mason and I made together. Let me see. Yeah, this was when we ran those tests for the ICPS. I think it's a Vicii Rocco. Man, don't have it labeled, so I'd have to look that up, but A super nice kind of hairy one and nice pinkish sunset color. Then as we come on around, let's see what we've got here. Here's a pretty cool one. I think it's a red leaf clone as well. Red leaf, something way too long to say, but it is red leaf 0003. And just opening a really nice picture. Give it a few more days and it'll be spectacular. This huge picture back here is a Raja. I think it's a Bashiana. We better look. I know Raja is one of the parents. Bashiana truncata campanulata. So this one, I've had some massive pictures on it, but as it's transitioning into uppers kind of on this side, yep, let's see there. I think this last picture it made is a little bit smaller, but smaller and it's still good size, but it did develop in between something, so it's a little misshapen. Platykyla, whew, that one's looking pretty good. Never get many active pictures on Platykyla, so that one in the background has just faded, but this one is still looking pretty strong. Okay, then as we come on around, we got this beautiful Ime. So this is one I grew from seed, came from Tambusisi, and as you can see, we're going from these really amazing dark lower pictures. I think that was one of the first upper picture, and as we go on up, you can see it actually has a few of them now. So, pretty excited for that. It's been somewhat slow growing, but not bad nonetheless. Under here, we have some Leviathan, which there I have a male coming into flower right now, so no just crazy nice pictures at the moment. This one is not bad. Yeah, that one's actually pretty nice. That one's not bad. And then my clone number 4, I think it is. Let's see, right there is pretty solid, still relatively squat. And then we have Peltata crossed with Velosa right next to it. One of my new favorite hybrids, but yeah, that's looking pretty darn nice. On this side, we've got a Raja crossed with Jacquelinia. That's been a difficult one, that is for sure. So added some more airflow. We'll see if we can get it cleaned up. Then on this side is kind of the Peltata Veitchii and Peltata hybrids. So there's a nice squat Peltata here. So whew, that one's not bad. Hopefully we'll get to breed that one with something soon. And then let's back up here and not run over anything. And there's some more Helianthera. So here are a lot of the minor var pilosas, which are probably my favorite Helianthera. Clone 2 and 3 especially nice. And then some cool stuff back there in the background. But man, these, you just have to get up close to truly see the colors you get on it. But man, just love it. Okay, let's come on up. Okay, so we're not getting too much in the rafters this time, but everything up in the rafters looking pretty good. There's a Song of Melancholy. There's a Flava Sib something or other from EP. Then we have Pennywise. This one came from Carson. Just a spectacular looking plant. Cassiana truncata, the first plant I ever got from Sam in Hawaii. I think I bought it from him off eBay back